Football's on everybody's mind, but the FGCU baseball team opened their season today, and Duke's coach Mike Krzyzewski makes like Hillary Clinton and collapses during a game. We'll tell you about it coming up in sports. The FGCU baseball team rolled out the baseballs and the bats today as they played their first game of the new season against the Albany State Great Danes at the FGCU baseball complex. The Eagles used a lot of lumber today for Dave Tillett, their head coach, as they got 2 grand slams and some excellent pitching, as you saw right there. Nice strikeout to end the 6th inning. And they also got a nice double off the wall right here. Couple grand slams they used on the day. And to top it all off, there was a defensive gem by the shortstop, Jason Lusma, to end the game. Watch this. Perfect way to end the first game of the season. It was a doubleheader. Game 1 finished at 16-2. Game 2 still on the way. It was good to get some games under their belts.
Oh, it's always good to get back out here. I mean, opening day is almost like Christmas to us around here, and we appreciate it, and we look forward to it. And we came out and played game 1 pretty well today.
All right, in basketball, ladies hoops, the FGCU women took on Arkansas Monticello today in a matinee. Unfortunately, they lost on the road 52-49. 20 years ago, Tito Horford was nationally acclaimed after coming over from Cuba and playing for the University of Miami basketball team. Now his son Al plays for Billy Donovan and the Florida Gators. Gators took on the 11th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide today, and there's Billy with his nice white sneakers. But it was the son of a former NBA player, Torian Green, who leads the break right here, gets it to Matt Walsh, who finishes it with a nice move and the foul. Florida's on their way, but then Horford does get into it. He too will feed Walsh with a nice dish there for the three-pointer. Florida rolls big, 85-54, crushing the 11th ranked Crimson Tide. Then Tito Horford's alma mater, Miami, took on 22nd ranked Maryland. No time left, 67 all. It could have won it at the buzzer, but it was late, no good. So Miami and Maryland go to OT. The same deal here in OT. They're trying to win it with no time left on the clock. They go for the shot, fouled. No time left on the clock, and he gets fouled, and Miami wins it 75-73 in overtime. And a scary moment for the Cameron Crazies during the Duke-Georgia Tech game today. Just 8 minutes into the game, Duke coach Mike Krzyzewski was talking to a referee during a timeout when he fell to the floor, which ironically is named after him. Krzyzewski fainted but never lost consciousness. He said he got lightheaded from getting out of his seat too quickly after arguing with the referee. He did not get off the floor too quickly because he was afraid of all the teasing he will have to endure, but I'm glad his sense of humor is still intact. Duke won the game 82-65. During his days as a youngster growing up in Pittsburgh, former Miami Dolphins quarterback Dan Marino never dared to dream of one day making the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But after setting 21 NFL passing records, including touchdowns, attempts, completions, and passing yards, today Mr. Dan Marino was voted into the Hall of Fame.
Blessed to be able to be in the Hall of Fame and to be introduced in front of my family. My mother and dad are here, my wife Claire, with 6 children. It's pretty special. And to mom and dad, thank you. Mom, dad, a long way from Parkview Avenue, huh? A long way.
Now, former 49ers quarterback Steve Young did not grow up in Pittsburgh like Marino. He grew up in Greenwich, Connecticut. And in fact, he and I played in the same youth football league growing up. But while he was also elected today to the Hall of Fame, my dreams of a Hall of Fame football career went unrequited.
How many Hall of Famers come out of Greenwich, Connecticut? It seems kind of strange. I've been coached by the best, and I'm grateful to them. I'm grateful for my teammates. I played with the best. Football is the ultimate team game. You can't play alone. If you try to play alone, you'll be alone.
All right, and unfortunately today, the Waterman broadcast team, ABC7 and NBC2 combined, we were up 8-1 and lost in a crazy battle. We were up by 7 runs. We took all our starters out, and Wink scored 8 unanswered runs and won at 9-8. So I'm ashamed to have to admit that.
Did you retire your bat?
I didn't play.
See? It's going to be quiet tonight. Another sunny and warm day, mid-70s for your highs on Sunday.
And stay tuned for Firewatch 2005. It's next right after this newscast. Have a good evening. See you back here at 11.
tryouts are at Tico Arena on Saturday, the 27th at 8 a.m. First time ever that they will do this in Southwest Florida. If you have any questions, call Dory at 954-452-7156. And last year's U.S. Open winner Jim Furyk has had surgery on his left wrist. He may miss the U.S. Open. He should be out 3 to 6 months. That's it in sports, everybody. We'll be back with more after this. The Minnesota Twins had to make the long crosstown trip to play the Red Sox at City of Palms Park today. The ride is so much longer after a loss. The Twins' J.C. Romero had the day off, so he's going to look for a seat in the stands. Looked like he's in the front row. Top first, one man on for Doug Minkiewicz. He grounds weakly to second base, but Luis Rivas scores, making 1-0 Twins. Then Manny Ramirez gets a fortuitous bounce off the third base bag, and that'll score Johnny Damon. Now, top fifth, Shannon Stewart steps in, takes Pedro Martinez to the wall. Whew. That's going to score 2 runs. Twins come in. Twins win it today, 12-7. Former Marlins reliever Ugueth Urbina is close to a deal that would team him up with the Detroit Tigers and his close friend Pudge Rodriguez. Urbina just has to pass a physical for the Tigers, and he's good to go. And since he just passed one for the Cleveland Indians, it shouldn't be a problem. The deal is 1 year, $3.5 million. The University of Pittsburgh always plays a physical schedule because they're in the Big East. But tonight, when they play Oklahoma State in New Jersey, it will be so physical it may look like a Heat-Knicks matchup from a few years ago.
I think they're a very physical team, tough team as well, and it'll be 2 teams that are not going to be afraid of contact, that's for sure.
It's probably the most physical game that we done played all year. I heard they have practices with football pads and stuff, so, I mean, that was kind of interesting, but I think we're ready for it. I think it's going to be the most physical game we done played.
Now, Oklahoma State has John Lucas III on their side. He transferred from Baylor after the murder of Patrick Dennehy and the firing of head coach Dave Bliss.
It's a blessing, like I said, for the opportunity to come to me, but it's kind of sad how I got the opportunity by, the situation that was going on at Baylor. And, all I can do is just keep thanking God for giving me this situation that I'm in.
All right, longtime Purdue basketball head coach Gene Cady, known for his hair, may be headed to San Francisco to take their head coaching job with the Dons. Cady would not comment on this, but sources say that he interviewed this week, and he is Purdue's all-time wins leader at 550 over 24 years. First round at the Players' Championship at TPC in Sawgrass was trouble for Tiger, especially that hole, the 17th, the Island Green. And here he is, teeing off on it. And he flies the green. A little too strong, the Tiger is. You got to stop working out so much. He bogeyed the hole, and he ended up with a 75. Now, number 18, Adam Scott, 23-year-old Australian. He's going to stick it within a foot of the hole on 18. He goes on to birdie it. He finishes with a 65. He's got a 1-stroke lead over Duffy Waldorf. That's it in sports, everybody. We'll be back with more after this.